The night is electric, the arena a pulsating heart of a continent united in anticipation. The air hums with the rhythm of thousands of voices, a vibrant mosaic of African pride, their cheers rising like a tidal wave. Flags of the Democratic Republic, of Congo blue with a golden star, and Nigeria's green and white stripes wave furiously, a sea of color under the blazing lights. This is no ordinary boxing match. It's a Pan-African showdown, a collision of titans that carries the weight of two nations' dreams. Martin Bakole, DR Congo's unyielding colossus, steps into the ring, his massive frame casting a shadow that seems to swallow the canvas whole. His eyes, sharp and resolute, burn with the fire of a man who has clawed his way to this moment. Across from him, EFE AJAGBA, Nigeria's towering knockout artist, moves with a predator's grace, his gaze locked on his opponent, a silent vow of destruction. The referee's voice is barely audible over the crowd's roar, and as the bell rings, the arena explodes, signaling the start of a battle destined to become legend. The first round is a calculated dance, a chess match played with fists. Bakole, his footwork fluid despite his size, circles left, his jab snapping out like a whip probing Ajagba's guard. The Nigerian, a 6'6" giant with a reach that spans the ring, counters with a stiff jab, followed by a right hand that grazes Bakole's ear, the power behind it sending a ripple through the crowd. The fans surge to their feet, sensing the latent danger in every movement. Bakole, undaunted, slips under a second right and lands a crisp uppercut that snaps Ajagba's head back, drawing gasps from the stands. The Congolese fighter's strength is no myth. His record is a graveyard of knockouts. Opponents left sprawled on the canvas, but Ajagba absorbs the blow, his face a mask of iron resolve, his Olympic pedigree shining through. The pace quickens. As the round unfolds, the fighters testing each other's limits. Ajagba presses forward, his long strides eating up the distance, forcing Bakole toward the ropes. A thunderous left hook from the Nigerian slices through the air, missing by a hair. But the intent is clear. This is a man who can end a fight with one punch. Bakole counters with a combination, a left-right to the body that forces a grunt from Ajagba. The bell rings, and the fighters retreat to their corners, sweat already glistening on their skin, their cornermen shouting instructions over the crowd's relentless chant. The air crackles with tension, a promise of the chaos to come. Round 2 sees Ajagba unleash his aggression, his eyes narrowing as he stalks Bakole, cutting off the ring with deliberate steps. His jab is a relentless piston, keeping the Congolese at bay, while a looping right hand tests Bakole's reflexes. The Congolese, however, is a master of movement, his head bobbing and weaving, evading a vicious right that could have turned the night upside down. The crowd splits its loyalty, chants of BAKOLE, clashing with EFE, in a cacophony that shakes the arena's foundation. Bakole finds his rhythm, landing a stinging double jab that forces Ajagba to reset. The Nigerian, unfazed, fires back with a 3-punch combination, the final hook landing flush on Bakole's cheek. The Congolese stumbles briefly, but recovers, his eyes narrowing as he clinches, buying a moment to clear his head. The third round is a brutal exchange, a test of wills that pushes both men to their limits. Their gloves blur as they trade blows in the ring's center, each punch a statement of intent. Bakole's power begins to shine, his hooks to Ajagba's body landing with sickening thuds, each one a challenge to the Nigerian's resolve. Ajagba, relentless, answers with a right hand that reddens Bakole's face, his corner screaming for him to keep the pressure on. But Bakole, with a warrior's heart, refuses to yield. He lands a monstrous overhand right that rocks Ajagba, sending a shockwave through the crowd. The Nigerian's legs wobble, but he clinches, his arms wrapping around Bakole like a vice, stalling until the bell. The arena pulses with energy. The fans on their feet, knowing they're witnessing history in the making. As the fight moves into the middle rounds, the physical toll becomes stark. Sweat flies with every punch, and both fighters' faces bear the scars of battle. Bakole's left eye swelling, Ajagba's cheek bruised a deep purple. The fourth round sees Bakole lean on his technical prowess, using angles to slip Ajagba's punches and counter with precision. A short left hook catches the Nigerian off guard, and the crowd roars, sensing a shift in momentum. Ajagba, forged in adversity, fights back, driving Bakole to the ropes with a barrage of punches, his fists hammering like pistons. The Congolese escapes, his footwork a ballet of survival, and lands a counter right that snaps Ajagba's head back. The bell rings, and the fighters lock eyes, a silent acknowledgement of the war they're waging. Round 5 is a masterclass in heart. Ajagba, sensing the fight slipping, unleashes a torrent of punches, his long arms pumping out jabs and crosses that keep Bakole on the defensive. The Congolese, however, is a puzzle the Nigerian can't solve. He ducks a wild hook and fires a vicious body shot that makes Ajagba wince. The crowd is deafening, every punch met with a roar that shakes the arena's core. Bakole's corner urges composure, shouting for him to use his jab, while Ajagba's team demands more aggression. The round ends with both men landing simultaneously, their gloves colliding in a moment frozen in time, the crowd screaming for more. The sixth round marks a turning point. Bakole, his stamina a testament to grueling training camps, takes control. His punches are crisper, his movement sharper. He traps Ajagba in a corner and unleashes a flurry left-right uppercut that forces the Nigerian to cover up. Ajagba fights back, his heart unyielding, landing a desperate right hand that catches Bakole on the chin. The Congolese shakes it off, his eyes alight with determination, and responds with a combination that drives Ajagba back. The bell saves the Nigerian, but the momentum has shifted, and the crowd feels it, their chants growing louder, a tidal wave of sound. Round 7 sees Bakole as a man possessed. He stalks Ajagba, his jab a relentless metronome, setting up a crushing left hook that lands square on the Nigerian's jaw. Ajagba's knees buckle, and the arena explodes, the roar drowning out the commentators. The Nigerian stumbles, but stays upright, his pride refusing to let him fall. He fires back, a wounded animal, landing a glancing blow that does little to slow Bakole's onslaught. The Congolese presses forward, his punches a symphony of power and precision, each one eroding Ajagba's resolve. The round ends with Bakole raising his arms, the crowd chanting his name, while Ajagba's corner works feverishly to revive their fighter. The 8th round is a brutal spectacle. Ajagba, bloodied but defiant, comes out swinging, his punches carrying the weight of a man fighting for his legacy. He lands a solid right that snaps Bakole's head back, but the Congolese absorbs it, his chin forged in steel. Bakole counters with a combination that rocks Ajagba again, the Nigerian's legs betraying him. The referee watches closely, ready to intervene, but Ajagba's heart keeps him in the fight. He clinches, gasping for air, while Bakole, relentless, pushes him to the ropes. The bell rings, and both men are exhausted, their chests heaving. There faces a map of the war they've fought. Rounds 9 and 10 are a testament to resilience. Bakole maintains his edge, his punches landing with surgical accuracy, but Ajagba refuses to fade. The Nigerian lands a looping left hook that catches Bakole off guard, a reminder of the danger still present. The Congolese, however, is in command, his footwork keeping him a step ahead, his counters punishing every mistake. The crowd is electric, the atmosphere charged, as the fighters trade blows in a display of raw courage. Each round ends with the arena shaking, the fans chanting for both men. united in their awe of this epic battle. The 11th round sees both fighters digging into reserves they didn't know they had. Ajagba, his face a mask of determination, throws everything into a final assault, landing a combination that forces Bakole to cover up. The Congolese, unbreakable, responds with a devastating uppercut that rocks Ajagba, the Nigerian staggering but refusing to fall. The crowd is delirious. The noise a tidal wave, as the fighters trade blows until the bell. The arena pulses with energy, the fans knowing they're witnessing a fight for the ages. The 12th and final round is a fitting climax. Both men, battered and bruised, summon their last ounces of strength. Bakole lands a crushing right that, sends sweat flying, but Ajagba counters with a hook that draws a nod of respect from his opponent. They fight to the center of the ring, neither willing to yield, their gloves a blur of motion. The crowd is standing, screaming, as the final seconds tick down. When the bell rings, the fighters embrace, their exhaustion giving way to mutual respect, the arena erupting in applause. The announcer's voice booms as the judges' scores are read. It's a unanimous decision for Martin Bakole, his hand raised in victory, but both men are heroes tonight. The crowd chants their names, a celebration of African pride and warrior spirit. As the fighters leave the ring, their teams surrounding them, the arena pulses with the afterglow of a fight that will be remembered for generations. This was no ordinary night. This was a Pan-African showdown, a testament to the heart, skill, and unbreakable will of two of Africa's finest. The victory is more than a scorecard. It's a moment of unity, a celebration of the continent's strength. Bakole, his arm raised, looks out at the sea of faces, his smile weary but proud. Ajagba,